Well, hi everybody, it's Doug. Alrighty, well, let's start with, today we're looking at Chaz's lockpicking lock number 2. I am not a religious man, but I've been praying. This lock has a mind of its own. It allows me to pick it easily enough until the camera goes on. I've turned the camera on 3 different times on this one, unable to pick this lock. Now maybe this might tell you why. Like a vampire. Bleh! I want to suck your confidence. Yeah, that key is evil looking. So, taking a look at this, the key is actually difficult to even get in. Unless the thing is lined up just right, it won't even go in there. So that's frustrating on its own. Not that the key's bad, but just that there is one pin there that's very resistant unless you shake things just the right way. Obviously, if you're seeing this video, I will tell you it means I have conquered this, because I am not going to waste your time showing you all of my fails, but I will confess to you my many fails. So, let us get started and see what we can do here. This lock had me going for quite some time because it false sets. And you think, oh, I'm false set, which means I'm just a couple spools away from having it open. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Once you get to that false set of death, I've never been able to pick my way back out of it. So already it's trouble. Now, working my way through, I've tried heavy touch, I've tried light touch, I've tried not even touching it. It just doesn't work no matter what I do. Sometimes it opens, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it just taunts me. It appears in my nightmares in the middle of my sleep. I don't know what I'm going to find, but I do suspect that 2, I think it is a short stack, by which I mean that the total height of the 2 pins, the key pin and the key pin and the driver pin, equal less than the height of the plug, which means that they don't even go into the Bible until you push them up. If that is not the case, then what I suspect is that the bottom pin is some corrupt, messed up thing with a shelf on it. But we'll not find that out until we can get this lock to cooperate. Does he seem like he's just fishing around in there? Yeah, pretty much. Happiness, success. Whoa! This one is finally going to be opened. Wow. Okay. So, keeping the whole thing in view. And let me see. Just had to grab a tool. Okay, so let's begin by locking it up and removing the tailpiece. All right. What's going to be a good tool for that? Let's try this. Those are always tough to get started. Much faster than the last time I did a sledge tail, huh? Okay. Remove that. Remove L spring. Time for the shim. Just one will do. Okay. Gosh, it sounds like New York City. I got fire engines going on in the background. Hope it's not our place. Okay. Shim. Follower. Ooh. Okay, so I don't see that ledge that I was expecting to see on that one pin, but I'll tell you. So I'm actually kind of curious. Yeah, look at how it resists even letting the key out. I'm actually, that's not me just moving it in and out. I'm actually trapped. The key is actually frozen in there. Okay, so look at that. I'm seeing a spool down below, which means theoretically, even though we were at shear line, I'm getting the upper pin. Okay, so I suspect, oh, that's not a spool, it's a spoolie key pin. What in the... Okay. There's 3, but it's fighting. Oh, wow. Okay, you saw me take that and put that back because I just wanted to make sure it was in the right spot. Starting with the plug, let's see if I can get a focus. That plug is very threaded. We got lots of threading in 1, 3, 4, and 5. And let me see if we have any counter boring. No counter boring in 2. Okay, and let me line those up. Okay, what I'm trying to do is see. Okay, yeah, so that 1 and 3 were the low pins, and there's 4 and 5. So, okay. So there is the, sorry for the zooming in and out, but that is the plug. And it is time to excavate I'm going to try a different angle here just to let you guys get a look in while I'm investigating. Okay. Now we've got our shim in the way still. Okay. Okay, that looks spooly. That looks tiny. Oh my goodness, it's a mini, mini spool. Look at it, tiny. Number 2 is a spool with a floating ring on it? Or is that an asa? We'll have to investigate that. Numero 3. Another very spooly, tiny spool. Amazing. I just sprung 4. Sorry about that, guys. That was an assa. Might I say a pain in the assa. Sorry. Hope there are no kids in the room. You guys should know better after watching a few of my videos, right? Okay. And checking in at number 5. Whoa, that was a hard spring. Wow, that just shot the pin up into place. Sorry to keep you guys in suspense on those pins, but I just want to get everything out. Alrighty. So, variety of pins, and I'm pretty sure that this one, considering how far, or variety of springs, I should say, that last spring was like shooting a pin out of a cannon. That spring went bam, and these two are now commingled. They're part of each other's lives forever. I'll have to fix that momentarily, but there we go. So you guys, I'm sure, have already done a little looking around, but let's summarize what we've seen here. All right, pin 1, key pin 1 is very, very heavily spooled. Pin 2 is standard. Pin 3 is kind of a twin to pin 1. Got a spool on it. 4 and 5 are standard pins. Heading up to the Bible, we have a teeny little tiny pin with spooling on it, on one. We have, now this is the one I wanted to investigate. Is that floating? Okay, that is not floating, but look at what we've got here. It's sort of like an inverse, I guess it's sort of like an assa pin, because it's got a couple of spool type things in the middle on the either end, and then a solid in the middle. It picked very, very weird. Okay, another spool, tiny though. This is the one that looked like an assa pin, but I think it's actually just a different version of the one I just showed you before, with 2 separate catchy parts on it. And holy moly, this one is large enough to put a toilet paper roll on. It is a giant ass spool, boy. So one quick thing I wanted to add. After I made this video, I came to realize this is one of the 2 vampire tooth pins. And you'll see it looks like a spool, literally glued to the top of a regular pin. Once I started to put the lock back together, I realized this was a 0 lift pin. If I touched it at all, it moved up above the shear line and started acting like a spool. The evil part about this was, when you get a spool, you normally then push up until the bottom of the spool passes the shear line and you get an open. In this case, once that spool went across the shear line, and once I got that fall set, there was nothing I could lift to make it get better. It was actually already overset. All right, there you go. Thank you very much. That is Chaz Lockpicking's number 2. Thank you all for watching. As always, thanks in advance for your comments. Do please subscribe, like. Remember, those likes and comments do bring me up further up in people's search results. When they're looking for lockpicking channels, they'll hopefully find this one. And you know, we could always use the extra support. Thank you, everybody. Take care. If I don't see you, have a very happy holiday. I'm saying holiday because I don't know if I'm going to put this in before Christmas, before New Year's, but either way, celebrate, enjoy, take care. Happy picking, everybody. Bye-bye.